Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another collector booster box opening, this time of Aetherdrift. I just got it in the mail a couple days ago. It's early here on a Thursday morning in Virginia, and it's thundering outside. And I decided I didn't need my knife. Okay, so there's a lot of alternate art cards. I think there's some serialized cards, if I remember correctly from what I looked up. So there's some money to be had. I'm not overly excited about this set. I'm not as excited about the sets that feel more modern. Oh yeah, we get the box topper. We'll save that for last. So like all the vehicles, doesn't strike a chord with me. There are some playable cards, of course, like anything. And it's always fun to crack packs. Alright, booster box pack number 1. Alright, and then the thing I forgot, I need to put on my reading glasses. Now of an age. Okay. A Gunnosaur Rex. Cool, it's a dinosaur. I could go into my alternate art foil dinosaur. Emerald Chick Emerald Radian, Mind Spring Merfolk. Seems alright. Lost Monarch of Ifnir. I haven't looked through the commander decks to be honest, so. Oh, right off the bat, foil Radiant Lotus. This is one of the chase cards. I'm not sure how much of it is because it's got the word Lotus in it, and how much of it is because it's actually playable. It's certainly a very powerful enabler, mana ramp, artifact, and an artifact deck when you can just sacrifice treasure tokens to get a ton of mana. I mean, it's such a powerful finisher, so I think it's probably going to get played a lot in Commander. So sweet, beautiful. Okay, some uncommon full art. Oh, back to back air response units, sure. Forest. All right, so we're going to put these over here. This is an elf that I think can go into my budget elf deck, I'm hoping. Seems like some of the vehicles have gotten the equipment treatment where when they enter the battlefield they become a creature immediately just for that turn, the way equipment started to become attached to target creatures on entering the battlefield, because otherwise they just feel kind of too much of a mana investment to be playable. Lifelink cat token, cool. Waxen Shape Thief, you hear that thunder? It's beautiful. Okay, so I opened up one bundle and one booster box, and I think I've already got a playset of this guy, including a full art. Not too exciting. I mean, he might make a great commander for vehicles. Guardian Sunmare, alright, for the horse tribal deck that I haven't built yet. Priest of the Crossing. Alright, so counters matter. Zombie Bird Cleric. Put that over here. Gas Guzzler. And then on to the full art foil, commons, uncommons. Alright, the land's pretty cool though. And the art is beautiful, no doubt. I don't know, what do y'all think about max speed? Seems like a little too slow for anything other than standard, and even then, or maybe just too slow for anything but sealed. Although in a deck like Ob Nixilis, you're pinging them every turn. Still, that's 4 turns, and ideally you've already killed your opponent in 4 turns. Alright, well, loving this Radiant Lotus so far. It's been our only big money one so far. Alright, Caradora, Heart of Alacria. Another vehicle relevance. March of the World Ooze. Alright, so this is a full art non-foil, but it is one of the more expensive cards right now, and I do happen to have an Ooze deck. It's terrible. Not that this needs to be played in an Ooze deck, but still. That's where I'll probably put it for fun. Although I might make the Ooze deck Sultai now. It's only green black or green blue right. As currently it's a green blue Ooze deck. Ministar Trindon, alright. Territorial Aetherkite, one of the dragons from Menacing Commander. Find haste to get energy. Alright. Not sure how I feel about energy in general as a mechanic. I think it's kind of a mistake on Wizards' part, and then they went and doubled down on it for Modern Horizons 3 after having to ban so much in Standard when it was legal the first time around. Dinosaur Warrior, 4/1 for 2 mana. Oh, how things have changed. This can go into a discard deck, I think, with everyone draws deck that pings you for drawing, and then you want to punish them for discarding as well. Probably a budget version. Okay, the Fish Pirate, that's some weird art. Even the art on these are very modern feeling, right? Okay, repurposing base. Seems like it is going to be a busted powerful card in the right deck, in Commander especially. Perhaps even in Modern. It's slow, but it's like a birthing pod, but for artifacts. And it doesn't have to be non-creature, so I don't think Affinity needs it to go faster, but it might be in a different type of artifact deck in Modern. Alright, another Mythic, Valor's Flagship. Find First Strike Lifelink, pretty cool. Can go into my triple keywords matter deck in Commander. Otherwise, maybe it can be a finisher in some deck that wants to be able to cycle to. Put that over here. Renewed Solidarity. So this can go into any sort of tribal deck. I just built a cat tribal deck in Commander with a Johnny from Modern Horizons 3. This is a powerful enabler for that. Ovia Ultimate Artisan. So we're not getting the double mythics from the collector packs that I'm used to seeing. Each creature that is attacking one of your opponents has trample. You may put a creature or vehicle card from your hand onto the battlefield. Alright. There's some things you can do with that, obviously. I wonder if this is going to get some play in as a sideboard hate card against big creatures. 5 damage isn't 6 in Modern, but this guy seems pretty cool for Vehicle Matters decks. Can't tell if the camera doesn't seem to want to focus. Too much text, maybe. Possum Mount, sweet. Foil life, or foil land that gains you life. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus better. Okay. Possession Engine. Yeah, this one's interesting because you gain control of target creature an opponent controls. It can't attack or block, but you can then use that creature to crew this, I guess is the idea. Riptide Gearhulk. Alright, this is one of the more talked about Gearhulks that I've seen. Double Strike Prowess. And then another Gearhulk. There's a double mythic. Alternate art, full art. And the fact that you have to sacrifice it at the end step, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm undervaluing the amount you can do with it, but let me put these over here. It seems like it just doesn't do enough, comparatively speaking. You should get the creature back permanently with a finality counter on it. Alright, so token producer, Hazaret Godseeker, another mythic. Alright, so that was so far 3 mythic back, so Speak of the Devil. I don't know, 2 mana for a 5/3 with haste. It takes 4 turns to turn them on, unless there's a way of, I guess there's probably ways to increase your speed without attacking. That could make them, turn them on faster. Alright. Hear that thunder. Yeah, these lands, I don't know. They'll be played much, but Risky Shortcut is an interesting take on some of what black does. So you get 3 mana for drawing 2 cards in black often, but usually you're the one who pays the life. This time everyone pays the life. Alright, so I mean, I think so far we've hit several of the Chase Mythics, so I'm happy about that. Marketback Walker, that's sweet. Full art foil. This is like, shout out to Hangerback Walker. Draws you cards instead of pinging anything, so seems like a powerful effect. Not on the same level quite as Hangerback, but another Perilous Snare. Another Possession Engine. On the Wings of Gold. Alright, zombies are tokens. Get flying and +1/+1. Interesting. Alright, for 4 mana, you're paying full value for that. Repurposing Bay Foil again. Let's hope that goes through the roof. Alright, Aetherdrift. Yeah, thunderstorm in the morning. It's a rare thing in my over here at least. The last ride. Alright, so this is like a it's a 4/0 full art mythic. Great. This is like Death Shadow. Wonder if it's going to be played in modern. Feels like just another enabler, but you do need a crew 2 for it. Might be too slow. Alright, Marketback Walker number 2. Not bad, not bad. Sid of Arma, Masked Racer. This one seems like a fun one. As a finisher, right? You get to put the counters, pump the mana into it once, put the counters on it, and then all your other creatures get that same power until end of turn. So you can take a bunch of dorks, mana dorks like elves or whatever, pump them, swing in for a finisher. Zahidi, Radiant Creator. That's sweet. Commander. Commander card, alright. Ranger's Refueler, nice art. Another elf that could probably go into a budget build. Another dragon, Dracosaur Auxiliary. Too much mana though, 6 mana. Could have made it 5 mana and it still probably wouldn't be that playable, but dragons just aren't getting the love, man. Even when they get the love, like Dragonhawk, Fate's Tempest, they still don't have enough to be super competitive. They haven't been pushed to the level some other cards have been. Like, if you think about goblins, right? You take a 2-mana, you print a 2-mana Goblin Lord that replaces all goblins that die with a card. And pumps your team. Like, how that's a 2-mana Lord that does a whole bunch of stuff. Why can't we get a 4-mana 4/4 flying hasty dragon that does something? That's what's next on for dragons if they want to make them as pushed as some of these other cards to give them the tribe a chance. Conti Night Minister, that's a pretty cool full art foil. Alright, Monument to Endurance. This is the one that's also hyped. Seems very powerful, especially in a discard deck. I'm not sure that this can just get slotted right into any old deck. I think you do have to build around a little bit more than some other decks, or some other cards perhaps. Yeah, okay. Nakatamun's Will. Yeah, there's one thing that I haven't gotten many of the gods yet. Any of the gods, actually, except for the Hazoret. I've gotten a Hazoret. That's the second Hazoret I've opened. And I'm definitely interested in some of them. Some of them are, you know, they're the hyped cards. Elephant Tribal. But beyond that, just they're triple keywords. They could go into my triple keywords deck that I haven't built yet for those colors. But I guess I would rather have the Radiant Lotuses over those gods. The gods will probably drop in price over time. Oh, Angel of Sanctions is back. Visio of Many Faces. Okay, Salvation Engine. That is our first full art foil, alternate art card. I don't think it's anything special foil. It's a mythic though. Other artifact creatures you control get +2/+2. I'm not sure that this is the one we wanted to open in this fancy art slot, but that's okay. We'll take it. It's pretty sweet. I'm sure it's worth something. Afterburner Expert. Seems like value for exhaust theme. Demonic Junker. Prophet of the Scarab. Yeah, I mean, having a zombie deck, I probably should look into the zombies they're printing in these commander sets, but you can read about my zombie deck and how I feel like precons have impacted the format of Commander on cyclesgaming.com. I feel like an inordinate amount of the new cards show up in people's tribal decks, and then eventually, if you print enough of these tribal precons for Commander, you're going to end up with very similar zombie tribal decks across the format or across Commander, and then that's kind of the antithesis of Commander. And the dinosaur. Death Touch. I have a Death Touch deck, so okay, we're heading down to the end. Another Angel of the Sanctions token. Another full art or another Afterburner. I just opened that one in the last pack. Wastewood Verge. Alright, that's our first land. So the Verges are, I think they're completing the cycle of Verges, which I do think are powerful options, especially in Pioneer, as I've been playing more Pioneer. District Mascot. Seems like a legit card for Commander in a Counters Matter deck. Nissa World Soul Speaker. More energy. Interesting. Thunderous Velocipede. Mythic. 5/5 trample. Each other vehicle and creature you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter. Otherwise, they're okay. Oh, I mean, for vehicles. Not the most exciting mythic for me, but I'm not so much into the vehicles as I mentioned. Alright. This card right here seems pretty busted. Untap each creature you control. 3 mana, 3/4. Stats are good. Has an extra ability on top of that static ability, and it just can go into any. I mean, just yeah. I don't know. It's very obviously mana dorks. I just built the Tyver deck, which wouldn't be able to run this, but where you want to be able to tap your mana dorks. Diagnosis that just came out in Jumpstart would go well with this. And that's all on uncommon. Overall, it just seems like the way Wizards pushes cards is increasing the power and toughness and abilities for 2 and 3 drop creatures. But when they get to the 5 mana creatures, they haven't given them the same amount of power creep, which is weird because you're still having to pay the full 5 mana. Riverturn Monument. Any number. Okay, so maybe this go in my middle deck. Okay, another Verge. It's nice. It's nice to it's always nice to get the lands. They tend to hold value, even the Verges, I would say. Wizened Mentor. Whenever our opponent activates an ability or if a permanent that isn't a mana ability, you get a zombie. Only once each turn, of course. This is an interesting sweeper. Protect something. 4 damage to the rest. Alright, down to the last one. Excuse me. Alright, let's get the full art. Foil, Cereal, Radiant Lotus, if that's the thing, right? I think we've done okay. I think we're probably going to get our money back, but only on the back of a few cards. Debris Beetle, this is such a funny card. I mean, it seems like a legit card to bring in a certain type of mid-range strategy, certainly in Standard, perhaps Pioneer. You get the life gain and drain. It's got 6/6, it's trample, but yeah, the art, man, just pushing the poop. Mendicant Core Guide Light. Alright, I think we've already missed our slots for the really money cards, but Castle Thrill Ruler. I mean, 4/2 trample haste. Because this is what I meant. It becomes a creature the turn it comes into play. It's alright. Aetherflux Conduit. Pay 50 energy, draw 7 cards. Interesting. And then this is the buy bot, or the what's the word? The not exciting card. Let's just put it that way. You get it with the buy. Oh no, never mind. I got it in my pre-release kit. That's why I'm not excited about it. So I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be okay. All right. Well, that last pack was sort of a bust for our last pack, but we still have the box topper, which, if Wizards has done us a favor, has figured out a way to let us open them without bending the cards. There's usually like a little sliver here, but then it's just like, what are you supposed to do with that? And these are like the crazy art. So there's the planes. Look at that art. Ketramos the New Dawn. Alright, there's one of the gods. He's one of the sought after ones, I think. Menace, lifelink, indestructible, can't attack without devotion to 7. Oh no, not devotion, but unless there are 7 more cards in exile. Yeah, that's the new thing. Whenever one or more cards are put into exile from graveyards and are the battlefield during your turn, you draw a card and lose a life. So fun build around deck. Alright, well that's the collector booster box. I think that Ketramos, the New Dawn, is certainly a hit. I'll add up the value and be back with the wrap up. Okay, I'm back with the wrap up, waiting on my camera to focus. Hey, perhaps unsurprisingly, our box topper here is a Mythic foil alternate art. It is our most expensive card at 80 bucks. Follow that up with the Radiant Lotus at 60 bucks. Salvation Engine, alternate art, full art, non-foil, 30 bucks. Azurad Godseeker, foil, 20 bucks. Watch of the World Ooze, 15 bucks. The Last Ride, alternate art, foil, 15 bucks. Riptide Gearhulk, alternate art, full art, 13 bucks. Valor's Flagship, 13 bucks. Coalstoke Gearhulk, $8. Thunderous Velocipede is 10 bucks. One of our Commander Mythics foil full art, Saheeli, only $6. Womp womp. Temet, 4 bucks. Another womp womp. Into the rares, Wastewood Verge, coming in at $15. Bleachbone Verge, 10 bucks. And then I didn't even really look up all these. Anything under $10 basically I didn't include. In part because, well, the price drops. There's so many different art versions out there. If it's not foil, if it's not special, I'm not sure it's going to keep its value. Even this thing, you know, $5 perhaps. So these are some of our alternate art, foil, non-foil, full art that we got that were rares. Just not worth anything. You know, some of they're cool and all. Some of I think the most expensive ones we have are going to be something like Market-Back Walker, 15 bucks, and Monument to Endurance, which is 15 bucks. So those are two of the more expensive rares. Otherwise, I mean, there's just so many different arts. Unless something, there's a foil Market-Back Walker, that's going to be more expensive. These repurposing bay, those are around 10 bucks. Who knows? Maybe the price will jump up with as people learn, you know, what are the true sought after cards here, fetch rares and fetch mythics and things like that. But for now, I mean, anything under $10. I used to keep it under $5, but really under $10 is probably more reasonable. If you're gonna, it's probably gonna drop in price to close to $5, and if you're gonna sell it to anybody other than like if you're not a store, at least you're gonna end up selling it for half that, which is like $250. So overall, the price of the box is around $285, and excuse me, we opened up $330 worth of value. With this Market-Back Walker foil, probably $350 of value. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the box opening. Let me know in the comments what you thought, which cards you think are going to be the chase mythics and rares. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. This is Johnny Cycles. Thanks for watching.